Hi, my name is Steve Helderly, and tonight I'll be discussing technology and student safety. First off, whose responsibility is student safety? Well, the answer to that question is it's everyone's responsibility, from central office to school administrators, down to the classroom teachers. We all have a responsibility with keeping our students safe. However, we have to remember that parents and guardians also have a responsibility, and students should also be responsible for their own safety online. Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place using electronic technology. The difference between cyberbullying and regular bullying is that cyberbullying can happen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't have to be in some sort of a classroom setting or out on a playground. And many times it can be anonymous. Victims of cyberbullying, like regular bullying, are more likely to experience that in-person bullying. They're likely to skip school, use drugs or alcohol. And a recent fact from about 2014 states that approximately 15% of all teens report that they have been cyberbullied. Sexting is an act of sending sexually explicit materials through mobile phones. It can be a text, photos, or videos. There's an infographic there on the left with a lot of details regarding sexting. And as you can read, girls are more likely than boys to take part in sexting activities. 20% of teens have sent or posted nude or semi-nude photos or videos of themselves. And kind of disturbing is the message sharing down there, information at the bottom. 17% of sexters share the messages they receive with others, and 55% of those share them with more than one person. And what scares me about that is sharing that information, passing those texts along. If it's involving someone under the age of 18, that's a felony, and you can be charged as an adult, and just a whole lot of trouble can come from that. And I don't think that a lot of kids know that, even though I know at our school we discuss that quite a bit. I'm sure the other schools do as well. No one ever thinks they're going to get in trouble, though. Then the last thing I would like to discuss tonight are the 9 Ps of digital citizenship. And this is not my information. This comes from Vicki Davis, someone I follow on Twitter, and it comes from her Edutopia article that she had posted. And the 9 Ps of digital citizenship, number 1 is passwords. And what we're discussing there is, do students know how to create a secure password? And do they know that email and online banking should have a higher level of security and never use the same password on other sites? I'm guilty of that myself. I tend to use the same password for numerous things because I can't remember them. Not one of the best things to do. Number 2 is privacy. We need to make sure that students know how to protect their private information, like addresses, email, phone number. Any of that information can be used to identify yourself. Same thing goes for number 3 with personal information. Number of brothers and sisters, favorite foods. Those cannot be used to identify you, but you still need to choose who you're going to share that sort of information with. Photographs is going to be a big one. A lot of private information can show up in photographs. For example, a license plate, a street sign, an address on a building. Any of those things can show up in photographs that students might not think about before they post that. Also, facial recognition software that can be tracked down to find somebody. The next one, their property. That's talking about copywriting, generating licenses for your own work. Permission. Do students know how to get permission for work they use, and do they know how to cite it? I teach English language arts for 8th grade, and I can say that a lot of the students still don't know how to cite it properly, but we continue to work on that, and usually by the time they get to high school, they've got a fairly good grasp on it. Moving on, the 7th one there, protection. Do students understand what viruses, malware, phishing, identity theft, how those things work? Professionalism. Do students understand the professionalism of academics versus decisions about how they will interact in their social lives? Do they know about netiquette and online grammar? Are they globally competent? Can they understand cultural taboos and recognize cultural disconnects when they happen? And do they have skills for working out problems? And then the last one down there, personal brand. Have students decided about their voice and how they want to be perceived online? Do they realize they have a digital tattoo that is almost impossible to erase? Are they intentional about what they want to share? And I think there's some really good questions from that information there. So I'm glad I came across this article and was able to share it. I know I'll be using it in my classroom when we're talking about digital citizenship. And that's all I have for tonight. Take care.